is Fox 59 First at 4.
Right now, first at 4, yet another violent night in the city of Indianapolis. IMPD now investigating 5 deaths, including 2 deadly shootings, both on the north side. This is a map of those 5 scenes. On that map, you can see 3 people found dead on Indy's south side. That death investigation has now been ruled a triple homicide. The victims were all found in a wooded area near Meridian and I-465. It is our top story this evening. Thanks for joining us first at 4. I'm Beershaw Advane. And I'm Fanshin Stinger in today for Daniel. Fox 59's Jesse Wells has an update on this investigation and more on what we're hearing from many of you in the community this afternoon.
IMPD confirms the officer who found the bodies was off-duty working security for a business at this construction site along 465. Today, police are still trying to piece together exactly what led to the 3 deaths. Making a routine safety patrol after sunset, an off-duty IMPD officer discovered 2 men shot to death and called police. A 3rd body was then found nearby a short time later.
It's very suspicious and it's very concerning.
Ryan Gill's stepson, Mike James, is one of the victims. The 22-year-old leaves behind a large family, including 2 kids.
It hurts talking about him in the past tense. But he's a good kid. You know, he had boys. He had 2 young boys.
Ryan says her family first became worried when Mike didn't return calls or messages a few hours earlier Tuesday night.
Around 6 o'clock was when we realized we were not able to reach him.
Police reports show one of the other victims, 18-year-old Joseph Thomas, was reported missing a day earlier on Monday.
This is going to be a very complex investigation.
Police admit they're not sure how long any of the 3 bodies had been in the woods or if they were killed at different times. They do stress one thing: they need the public's help to solve the case.
It's extremely, extremely important that our investigators get information to hold those accountable and responsible.
There's really nothing that we know, honestly.
While the victims' families don't know what motivated the killings, they're simply tired of all the violence in the city.
It's a lot of pain. People are hurting right now. A lot of people are hurting, and hurt people hurt people.
Finally, because no arrests have been made in the case, anyone with information is still asked to contact either Crime Stoppers or IMPD's homicide office. Jesse Wells, Fox 59 News.
Peace, friend. I'm back with another one. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. If you're a returning viewer, as I always say, I appreciate you helping me build the platform, helping check out the content. Today, we're going to talk about an Indianapolis man, 19, convicted of killing 3 young black men found dead along a path. And so, without holding y'all, we're going to jump straight into it. Like I said, if you're new, hit that subscribe button. If you're a returning viewer, hit that like button. Help me get this video in rotation. And so, peace and love, family.
On behalf of Akuno Sankofa for Bay, you know what I'm saying? Jay, where you at? We're trying to help our people elevate. Hope. H-O-P-E. We're giving them hope. We doing what we gotta do, you know. Every day, one step at a time, man. We gonna make it happen. Helping our people elevate. Sometimes I practice, focus, thought, and meditate. I'm trying to come with other ways to help our people elevate. And seeking knowledge make me levitate. The lifted mental state is what results from how we orchestrate. This for the family's sake. Let's self-reflect and self-evaluate. And every day, make sure the steps you take, you calculate. Receive a master's fate. I know I can't exist without the hate, but that's okay. I balance that with higher self today. Success is on this way, and after that, my flesh can pass away.
All right, family, we're going to talk about an Indianapolis man who was 19 years old, convicted of killing 3 young men found dead along a path. 19-year-old man convicted of fatal shooting 3 young men whose bodies were found along a path in Indianapolis. A Marion County jury convicted Caden Smith on Friday of 3 counts of murder and other charges, including robbery and dangerous possession of a firearm, following a 5-day trial. Smith of Indianapolis was 16 in October 2021 when police officers found Joseph Thomas, 18, Michael James, 22, and Abdulla Mubarak, 17, shot to death on a path lined by tall grasses on Indianapolis South Side. He was charged as an adult in the killing in November 2021. The Marion County Prosecutor's Office said Monday in a statement that Smith was identified as a suspect through his communications with the 3 victims prior to their killings. Investigators learned that Smith had taken the victims to a field to demonstrate a gun conversion device known as a Glock switch that can make a semi-automatic weapon fire like a machine gun. When Smith was arrested, investigators found the murder weapon in his residence, according to the prosecutor's office. Abdullah's, Joseph's, and Michael's families will never be able to see them grow up and live their lives. This verdict solidifies that Smith will likely spend the rest of his life in prison for crimes he committed, prosecutor Ryan Mears said. Smith's sentencing day had not been set as of Monday morning. His attorney did not immediately return a message seeking comment on Smith's convictions.
The teenager charged with killing 3 people found near Southern Plaza a year ago is on electronic monitoring tonight at home. A judge ordered Caden Smith to be released on bond, and it comes as the state appeals the court's order to exclude certain crucial evidence from his murder trial. As CBS 4's Russ McQuaid shows us, that ruling has left the victims' families frustrated in their quest for justice.
On 2 consecutive nights last year, October 11th and 12th, a neighbor heard semi-automatic gunfire coming from this woods behind me, in the 4400 block of South Meridian Street. On October 12th, police found 3 bodies in this wooded area, and all of them were connected to Caden Smith. 17-year-old Caden Smith was supposed to stand trial Monday morning on 3 counts of murder because of the bodies found near Southern Plaza a year ago. But a Marion Superior judge has ruled the search warrant relied on to discover evidence and arrest Smith in the weeks after the killing was faulty, and the evidence has been tossed out, much to the dismay of the families of Joseph Thomas and Michael James.
There was a gun, there was cell phones, there was drugs.
It looks like IMPD, they did their job, and they did it in an actually timely manner. And that's why we're here today, because we're confused as to why the evidence is being suppressed.
Smith's attorney argued, and the judge agreed, that police didn't know the guns and cell phones would be in the teenager's house, and they couldn't connect that evidence to Smith. The third victim was Abdulla Mubarak. Police said they found 50 shell casings at the murder scenes, and bullet fragments lodged in Mubarak and Thomas's bodies came from the gun found in Smith's house.
Yes, it is perplexing when you think there is some type of closure and the evidence, enough evidence for a judge to sign off on a warrant, and then, when the warrant is executed and you find the murder weapon, another gun, drugs, and just so much evidence.
The Attorney General will try to convince the Indiana Court of Appeals to allow the Marion County prosecutor to use the cell phone and gun evidence in the murder trial. A status hearing on the case is set for January. On the South Side, Russ McQuaid, CBS 4 News.
With that being said, family, let me know what y'all think. Do y'all think that this young man should be incarcerated, which we know he should, but is the system just us, or is it justice in this system? Is it just us that's facing this harsh treatment, or is there justice in this system for us? But they had evidence, and it's clear that the young boy did it. So why is he not being convicted? Leave a comment, family. Peace and love.